We're gonna start, but I just want to hand over to Yanni. Yanni's gonna just do something on our behalf.
Yeah, thank you. I just wanted to wondered if we could just stand and have a moment's silence for the victims of the terror attack in Bondi Beach. As people will be aware, Christchurch has had its share of terror, and I think in moments like these it's important to just acknowledge the absolute tragedy and terror of what's happened there, and just to convey on behalf of the Mayor and our council our thoughts and our prayers to the victims, the families and the communities over in Australia around the Bondi Beach incident. So I hope that's okay, but I just thought it was important as a council that we just take a moment to just have a moment's silence in memory of the people that have lost their lives, and to consider those who are injured, and obviously we wish them a full recovery, and as a city we obviously offer any support that we can to help them deal with that horrible situation. Thank you. Cool. Thank you. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you, Yanni. Okay, what we'll do is... Sam's there. Cool. What we'll do is we'll move to suspend standing orders first. So we might just get them up on this. Oh, firstly I've got... Is it Tyrone and Aaron are on Zoom?
Aaron. Yes.
Cool. So we'll move to... So we'll just bring up the resolution to suspend standing orders, then I'll hand over to you. We can go through. Jake, you happy to second that? Yeah. So I'll move that. Jake will second it. All in favour? Against? That's carried. Okay, so I'll hand over to Peter and Bruce. Do you want to run us through where we're at, what you're needing today, and what the point of this is?
Sure. Look, I'll just start with a reminder. It's principally for anybody in the community who might be watching that the purpose of today is not to adopt the draft annual plan. The purpose of today is to get a clear set of guidance and blueprint for what we build to put in the draft annual plan for your adoption in February. So they're two different things. We're just looking for clarity of what we go and build over the break. We're not adopting a formal document today. Right. The brief summary of how we got here. The annual plan was paused due to the local government elections. Obviously, you want the new council to form the plan. So that meant that there was a relatively small window between then and now. In that time, we had half a dozen workshops, 3 of which were council only, to obtain your views and priorities for putting in this plan. We've tried to present a balanced view back to you of what we've heard and what that means in terms of a rates number. There's a series of recommendations in front of you here. Because of those workshops, you will be largely familiar with each one. So I'm not going to, line by line everything at this point. Obviously, we'll be stepping through the chair's recommendations, which, have a lot of overlap with the staff recommendations, and then from there move on to questions, foreshadowed motions, debate, and voting. There's actually relatively few items here in terms of debate in hand. There is quite a number of smaller operational matters that have been raised as well. But in terms of the substantive things that affect the rates number, there's really only those in the recommendations. Most of the rest we'll either deal with today if we can, or if there's further information required because they've only been raised recently, they'll be handled in February for the annual plan. There's also quite a number of items that you brought up in the free-range workshops which have been allocated for the LTP because they're appropriate for the LTP, either because of their significance or size or complexity. So that's the 2-minute recap of how we got here. Unless anybody has a particular item to raise, I don't feel that there's any value in line by lining the report.
Okay, thank you for that. I wonder, Sam, is it worth putting up on the screen, just as a starting position, the chair's recommendations? And they've been seconded by Aaron. And then we can so then we can go through them. So the process, team of advice, is we've been through what you've done. We'll put up the chair's recommendations. There can be questions on annual plan. Then we will go through to the amendments that are in those sheets.
Yes, I mean, obviously we'll go through them line by line when we get to them.
Yep.
There again is not that many. There are some other items that have been deferred for the LTP.
So right now, what are you wanting us to do? We've got the chair's recommendations on the screen.
Same as what's on the BTC, or have they been amended again?
They've been amended. So effectively, this is just to put something on the table that if people want to foreshadow, they can foreshadow. But starting at the beginning, if you want, it's a
process-wise, with something like number 5, you can't put up an amendment because it would be directly inverse. So if you vote against not agreeing, are you automatically agreeing? It's just difficult when you get these negative resolutions here, which was originally framed as a positive.
So
you
we
get to foreshadow.
it would-
Yep. Can you foreshadow a direct opposite though?
yes.
Okay. Well,
cool. Okay, so has everyone got these?
This on the screen is a bit different to what we've got printed out.
Yeah. So this is the motion on the table, which effective. Oh no, no, it's the same as what's on.
Yes.
What's in here? Yep.
Yep. So that just to clarify, the process sheets that you've got in front of you have the chair's recommendations. The only additions on the screen are D and E, which have been worked through by Councillor Harrison Hunt and the chair.
Yeah. So they were Tyler's ones around the level of service for graffiti and the traffic flow, improving traffic flow. Yeah. Cool. And people can vote on these separately when they come through. They're just advice. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Yes. So I think the thing would be, is there any questions on these? And then we can go to, then put up whatever you guys, the alternates, and we'll get them noted, so that if these fail, then you can vote on that. Cool. So we've got a question from Tyler.
Kia ora, just a process thing. So with point 3, you could foreshadow parts of it, correct?
Yeah, well, Melanie already has.
Oh, cool. Great. Yep. And Melanie, Councillor Coker, can we see your foreshadowed? Oh, or is it on the list? Because it's not on the substant.
What we'll do, maybe the easiest way to do it, is let's start at the top. So can you scroll back up? So I don't think anyone's going to foreshadow receiving the report.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all been moved, isn't it? Yep. So it's number 3. Is anyone wanting to foreshadow pausing the Environment Fund? So Melanie is. No. Yeah. Foreshadow pausing it. No, it's pausing it. Are you foreshadowing? Yes. Yeah. That's the same as foreshadowing pausing it. Because you would be not pausing it.
Can I
Yeah.
Can I clarify, Councillor Coker? Sorry, did you want, because your foreshadowed motion was to consult on. So the foreshadowed motion would be to consult on pausing rather than just pausing. Yeah.
So then, just to clarify, at the moment, is the increase in the rates number or not? Because it's not at the moment. I don't think it is. Not in the rates. Oh, sorry. So just on that one, just so we're clear, if we're consulting on increasing it, what does that do to the rates number?
I think the 8.32 includes that because it was included as part of last year's annual plan.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yes. Yep. Okay. Cool. So that's the first one. So we'll note a foreshadow for that. Consulting on applying a 5% pro rata reduction to contestable grants. Is there a foreshadowed on? Yep.
So when that goes out in the annual plan, for the long-term plan or annual plan, sorry, that will be some idea to the public of what the effects on that could be? Is that, or isn't that not the role? Well,
The recommendation is to apply it.
yeah.
Not, sorry, the
Yeah.
chair's recommendation is to consult on applying it. Yep.
Okay. Cool. The climate resilience fund. So that's just pausing the increase. Not consulting on it. Yep. So we'll just note that.
I don't think you need to foreshadow that one because if that one doesn't pass.
Oh, then it just fails. Yeah. Okay.
So if you just.
Yep. Okay. Cool. So then, so the climate, so pausing the increase on the climate resilience fund. Mel's going to foreshadow consulting. Yep. Okay. Then the next two should be fine because they're Tyler's ones around the level of service and graffiti and litter. Yeah. On E. Yep. Oh, we're changing it.
Yeah, my question around E is exactly what it is that we're consulting on, because when I look at the document here, we're actually looking for their feedback on where are the issues in the network. Let's have a look at how that says that.
Yeah,
It says,
I think
public
we'll
can
do-
be invited to identify intersections and corridors of concern to inform prioritisation and future investment. So do you think that that's sufficiently covered in E? Because it looks like you're just asking them, do you want to improve traffic flow through targeted traffic signal
So I
optimisation?
think we'll come back with advice about what are the key things you should be consulting on and how you would be best to consult. So that's what we just were talking about. So if the team's got,
Come back in
if
the
your
new year.
aim is to improve traffic flow and there's other things that can improve it beyond signalling optimisation and green phasing, we'll come back with that advice at the same time. So we'll come back with the full advice.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay. So then the next one is.
Sorry, I had a question.
Oh, sorry.
On the E. So we've asked for an information for a workshop as part of last year or this year, the current annual plan. So are we just? I'm just not sure what we're consulting again, but are we going to get like a list of the intersections that are programmed to be done, or?
Well, maybe we can take that away. Yeah.
So is this the green? So just to be clear, is this the green arrow, the green turning arrows?
This is just literally asking for a bit of advice to come back ahead of the annual plan. So no decisions, just a wee bit of work to be done to see what we might be able to do. Yep. So nothing specific yet. So we're all good.
Like, we kept it broad for a reason, so that staff could come back to us with targeted opportunities, which actually help with all of this.
Cool.
Okay, but I'm just trying to understand what the prioritisation process will be.
None of that's today. It'll come back in the new year. So no decision. It's all it's doing is asking for advice. It's just to pick up the points Tyler's raised.
Okay, but it's asking for advice to go out to consult in the annual plan.
No. It's just asking for advice to come back regarding consulting on. So they might say we don't need to consult. We can just get on to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Cool. So the analytical savings. So you'll foreshadow it too. So Pauline will, so mine's rates, Pauline will foreshadow debt. Yep. Yep. Yeah, definitely.
And considering that, I'm just keen to understand where and whether there is any debt repayment built into the current plan. Because when this sort of proposals come up previously, we've sometimes landed on a halfway point that puts some towards rates reduction and some towards debt repayment. So before I make a decision on that, can you help me understand what provision is there currently in the annual plan for the repayment of debt?
And the surplus, I guess, as well.
Yeah, do you want me to answer that?
They've got it.
Yeah.
Do you want to answer that now, or is that a question for later?
No, I think B could
Okay,
do it.
thank you.
I think I'll check with Bruce, but it's about around about 80 million a year we have for debt reduction already. So that's already built into the plan. 80 odd million dollars a year to reduce debt.
So is there any surplus
Oh,
anywhere
repayment,
else
sorry.
that's going to reduce the debt?
So then we've also got the surplus sitting in this year, which I think is 12 from this morning, which we could, we always have a discussion at the end of the year as to whether we apply it to debt repayment. Yeah, so there'd be an additional.
So that can still be an additional debt repayment option somewhere else,
Yeah,
in addition to the rates reduction. Thank
Yeah.
you.
At the end of the year.
Thank you.
cool.
Clarification, when we say at the end of the year, at the end of June, before we sign off the annual plan,
Yes.
we can feed that
We
in.
bring back a paper that says, here's your surplus, what would you like to do with it?
Yeah, at the time that we sign off the
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah.
Depends how many grievances. And then the next one is the, so I've put in there, do not give the $1 million capital grant to the Canterbury Museum.
So, foreshadowing, I'd kind of like to foreshadow, so we can,
Do you want to flick your mic on? Yeah.
foreshadowing that we agreed to increase the capital grant, rather than, I don't want to consult on it, I think we just should do it. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Yep, thank you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. Tim.
So at the moment it stands that we would be consulting on it, or are you asking not to consult on it?
Yeah.
Is that
So
I'd
the choice is basically, do you put the $1 million in and, it's just there or not? Yeah.
Could I put in a foreshadow with regards to if we're going to look at it, then consult?
I mean, you can foreshadow, you can be the third foreshadower.
Yeah, for sure.
So can I ask a question on that of staff, please? Is there a timing issue on this one for the museum? They did come to us and they wanted an answer on some funding assurance so they could continue their program of work and
Andrew's got a quick answer for you over the back.
for January.
No, all of their updated numbers are now aligned to our decision-making timeframes, so the museum have covered that off.
The original resolution said recommended to grant that, and it's now been changed to not. So were they assuming that we were going to grant this money?
They haven't made any assumptions. They know that decisions have to be made, and yeah.
Were they expecting a
So
decision
their
to be
cash
made?
flows assume that funding will not be available at this stage until 1 July to carry on with their program.
But they
But they're
have,
not reliant on this funding.
no, but I think unless something's changed, they came to us in their last presentation and said they did require some
Yeah.
assurance by
They would
January.
like to commit to the next phase of
Yeah.
the project, but that commitment requires the full suite of funding, because they can't commit to the next phase unless they get the full suite of funding,
So,
which is multi-year funding.
yeah, so what you're saying then is an assurance that if we don't grant number 5 in this draft, they won't be affected negatively.
That's my understanding, because they're fully funded on the current stage. They can't commit to the next stage until they have the full suite of funding for that stage.
Thank you.
Cool. Okay, then. Sorry, Nathaniel. Yeah.
I just want to clarify. So, if point 5 and all the foreshadowed amendments fail, does that mean they do or they don't get the 0.98 million?
Say that again.
Foreshadow, I was
After-
just
like,
moving
oh.
a direct opposite for number 5.
Yeah, I understand it. So if we end up voting against both your original recommendation and all the foreshadowed, so everything fails,
Yep.
do they get the million or not?
Do they get? Well, it's baked.
They
It's
wouldn't?
baked in at the moment.
They wouldn't. It's
No,
I understand. I'm just saying.
So I guess the question, Bruce, is the 0.98 million baked in already?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you. No.
Okay, so they wouldn't get it. Yep. Yep. But you could still vote for my one if you. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we're good there. Then the next ones are just the rating. That number rating will change. So it's 7.3, but that's based on the chair's rec, as opposed to where we land, with stuff. So that'll just change. Then we've got confirm the proposed minor changes, note the draft list, blah blah blah, the usual. Then can we go through to the? Do you want to go through the amendments now? And Sam, do you want to kind of lead this bit? Is that you happy with that?
So everyone has a spreadsheet with the proposed amendments on there. So if we just start at the top, number 1 is from Councillor Harrison Hunt regarding the graffiti and litter, and that's been incorporated in with the chair's recommendations.
So do we want to just go through and be like, we'll put a line through the ones we don't need to relitigate? Like,
Yep.
if they're not in the ones we've just been through, let's just skip
Yep.
past them, eh?
1 and 2 has gone. Number 3 is from Councillor Peters, who asked for some information on the Awatea Springs intersection safety improvements. So we're just looking for direction on whether the response, if Councillor Peters is happy with that response.
Is there ability, after the community board is updated on this, to then look to build something into the annual plan? Yes or no?
That would be a timing question for Lynette.
To progress in 2026 anyway. So I
Certainly
think
the
you're okay.
Amy's renewal's progressing in 26, but it's the Awatea Amy Springs intersections which are directly abutting the Amy's. Just whether that could still
I think
be
it's already
proceeding.
it's already in the budget.
Yeah.
As so I think we're good. Looking, have I got that wrong?
Okay.
So that's good. Cool. Yep.
Number 4 is curb repairs for Lever Terrace and Grantley Street from Councillor Donovan. So they've been updated to request advice on the capital budgets and timing, and whether they can be included in the draft annual plan for February. So if Councillor Donovan could confirm if she was happy with that wording.
Yeah, that looks good.
You happy, Celeste? Yep. So we're not going to end up voting on these, are we?
Yes, we will
We
vote
will?
on them. Yeah.
So what's the so the resolution requests advice?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Perfect. So Celeste, you're good with that? Yep. Sweet. Thank you all.
And the same for the next one's fine.
And the same with inwards and
Yeah.
Grantley. So just so everyone's clear, number 5 that's going to go up as well.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah, so 5 is request advice, that will go up.
Great. So then we're at number 6.
Number 6 is from Councillor Johansson. So this is about the SPAC pack funding. Notes that staff will provide a report in time for the draft annual plan adoption meeting regarding the funding for that. Number 7, Councillor Johansson. So this was seeking a noting provision on the progress of the vert ramp, and whether we can have a resolution to get consideration as part of the draft annual plan adoption meeting. So staff have provided some staff advice there. So we're questioning whether we need this noting provision. That's fine. So that can go.
It's fine. Like happy with it. Yeah. Happy with the staff response.
Which is
Yeah.
just a noting.
We won't need it because that work will proceed. Yeah. So that will disappear. Number 8 is from Councillor Johansson regarding reducing Kiwi Rail crossing budgets by 70% in Scritton's Road.
Great.
So the staff advise there that do not recommend that proposed amendment. Seeking advice from Councillor Johansson.
The question is,
Well, I mean,
can it be put? I guess is probably the thing, because we've had advice that we couldn't put it.
Well, we had advice at the last annual plan that we couldn't put it, that we had to get advice, so we made a resolution to get the advice, and so now we're doing the draft annual plan again next year in a row, and so we need to find a way to be able to put it. So
The difficulty, Mr. Chair, is that what is $500,000 buy you? What is a 70% reduction buy you? There's no detail behind these figures, so. You know,
well, when
wait for the information to come through from Transport.
when is it going to come? Because I mean, my concern is we continue to progress these expensive designs with Kiwi Rail, and yet as a council, we haven't made the call whether we want to fund them or not.
My question to you, councillor, is what will that $500,000 buy?
Oh well, like, you know, I'm sure it could put up a few signs
So why would
and
you
a
go
little
for
bit of fencing, which is probably all that's needed on Scrutton's Road.
How would you know?
But the idea
let's
is
not have
to
an
have,
argument.
to have like
You know things
more
have gone
money
wrong
spent
when
on
our
that crossing
general
than the
manager's getting
entire
into
area of
arguments with
Bromley.
councillors.
It just makes no sense.
So why don't so we just need to know when the advice will come through, I guess, or a rough estimate of.
Well, we've had advice on reducing the budgets. As council, you've had advice on reducing. So there's two parts to this amendment. It reduces all Kiwi Rail budgets by 70%, and it reduces Scrutton's Road to 500,000. Our initial estimates show that we can't do the Scrutton's Road solution for 500,000, but they are very initial. You have had advice on reducing in PX on reducing Kiwi Rail budgets before as council, and our advice is not to do it.
Yep. Okay, so we're saying we. So what are we actually asking for here? To accept, we're saying the budgets aren't specific enough to reduce, but are you wanting more advice, Yanni?
Well, like, so at some point we need to
like,
make a call on Scrutton's Road. So are we going to get like an options report? What's the deal? My understanding was government are looking to change the legislation because clearly no one thought that it was sensible that we spend $7 million on this crossing.
Yeah.
And even spending 6 or 4 million still just seems abhorrent when we've got whole neighbourhoods. Mark's got crossings outside schools that he wants funding for. There's far greater risks in our city than the money that we're putting towards these crossings. So I think we need to have a decision-making report at some stage to take off some of that money and put it into where the priority areas are that we see. So if there's another process, it's better to have that conversation.
Let's say that with Chief Exec.
Yeah, I'm just worried that all this work is happening with Kiwi Rail behind the scenes.
I think you've actually got a really valid point.
Yeah, so as long as we can have a clear process around that.
Let's just finally get a...
Cool. So I'll withdraw that, but we'll get a commitment to get.
Yep.
If using that figure 70%, he could just pick a number to trim off the.
I mean, the government picked a
So
number for the rates
hang on,
cap.
guys, just one conversation at once. So
Yeah.
I've got Mary.
I think we'll get the team to
Hang
come
on, hang
back
on,
with
guys.
some advice rather than a random 70% or 500%. And what I'm picking up now, it's potentially reprioritising it within the program as an option as well, rather than reducing it. So we'll try and get some advice. It may.
Because the other concern is like, and we've just had it at F&P, a whole bunch of our projects have been delayed because of Kiwi Rail, which has meant the costs now associated with those projects is just going up and up and up.
So is that, why don't, let's have a chat about it after the meeting, eh? Yep. Is this on Kiwi Rail?
Actually, on Scrutton's Road, I'm just a bit lost here. I know Yanni's getting Scrutton's Road down to 500 grand yet, and if we're reducing the Kiwi Rail crossing budgets by 70%, what is that figure? But there must be a figure in the budget that if we're reducing something, what is or not?
I don't think you have sufficient information to vote on that today.
No.
So for people didn't hear, I don't think you have sufficient information to make a decision on this today. So we will come back with some advice that you can make a decision on in the new year. It would have been.
How much is in the bucket for Kiwi Rail that we're not going to spend in the next year?
We don't know.
61 million. 61 million.
So let's okay, so that's helpful. And
What if it was
let's,
raised
so
from the
we're going to get back a report, decision making. Okay, so let's go to 11, Nathaniel's.
Number 9.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. Prepare. So, Yanni?
Yeah, so I was just kind of, so with a whole bunch of things that we discussed, we did agree to kind of do something on this. So do we need a resolution, or like we've got some of the other resolutions up, or does it just happen? That's what I wasn't sure on. So I just wanted to make sure that we have a record of that request so that it happens in time for the thing. And I think it can be combined with Nathaniel's thing as well.
A workshop, wasn't it, to actually consult in the annual plan around council's role in housing homelessness, the
It
broader
was
issue.
9 and 11, I think.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? The Nathaniel's one as well.
Yeah. But so both of them together will come back with something in the new year about a potential what you could consult on.
So
and
why
how
don't we just
could
chuck a
frame it up.
resolution up that merges both
Us-
your two in terms of
And
just,
you can keep it high level. The key thing was just to have a record of.
Yep.
Yeah.
Should I just speak to that now to make it? Yeah.
What's that?
I'll just speak to that now and hear what you can. So yeah, I mean, I just wrote this as a way of saying we sort of have, we consult and we have maybe 3 options to sort of like a hot, warm, cold on council's role. But my wording is very like happy for lots of wiggle room, you know. So we can, as long as it's sort of in there, we can sort of flesh it out in the new year. Yeah.
So we'll pitch it a lot like those other ones, ask for staff advice on consultation and the annual plan on.
Okay, cool. So then I've got, so that's 11. So we just got 10. Sorry, Sam, I've now taken this. That's okay. So number 10. So this is the 45 million for
So
weaving these.
do we? Yeah, it should be about 50, shouldn't it? 10,
Are there some money trees
It's fif-
growing
50,
in the weaving
50.
the east that will pay for you?
Can I just check with staff? Like, someone's just messaged me, the community board chair, to say that Weaving the East is funded. So my understanding is there is no funding, but happy to be proven wrong. But if there's a better way to actually get it considered, I'm happy for that. This was the top priority that I raised, and there was nothing reflected in the. Well, the community board hasn't been asked to be involved in these processes yet. That will happen.
So just
next,
so
early
Yanni,
next year.
so what you want to know is this money, this 45 million, 50, sorry, 50 million. Just call it 100. Call it 100. Is this, and you want to know if this is in the budget or not? So we might need to come back. I mean, I'd much rather get.
Yeah, we'll come back with advice. We'll come back with advice.
We would recommend that we come back and give you advice on this.
Okay, I'm happy for some sort of resolution to do that, if that's helpful.
Just get an update on the.
Just as long as we can consider it in February when we come to adopt the draft annual plan, that would be cool. So. I don't know. I'm not in charge of this process. I wanted us to go to community boards ahead of today, but the board. I mean, regardless, the board has set this as one of their priorities.
Hang on, just bear with for a sec. We might need a minute.
Yeah, look, we can come back with advice, but I don't think we can commit to advice that will enable a decision in February. But we can certainly come back with advice on what's going on in the program, what's funded, what's not funded.
Yeah, and it could be reprioritised from existing programs as well. But I just want to point out, I did offer a saving to pay for this, so it would be rates neutral. In fact, even with the saving I offered, this would be less than the saving I offered. The Kiwi Rail.
Don't worry, we're keeping that for February, man. We'll take that saving then. Don't worry. Okay, so that sounds like we're just going to get a little bit more information and.
I appreciate we're getting advice on the scope of the project, but the fact that it exists suggests that it has funding. It is a funded project, is it not?
The Weaving the East is made up of multiple projects that sit in multiple units.
Thus they've been weaving.
Hence the weaving. Yeah.
Okay, right.
Can I just clarify that? So, Andrew, are you saying it's funded from existing operational budgets? Is there a budget line associated with
That's
that
what you're
project?
going to come back with.
There's no single allocated budget line. There's multiple units doing multiple things, hence the phrase, weaving it together.
So if we wanted visibility of that, you'll come back with that detail?
We'll come back with as much advice as we can give you.
We'll probably get some a memo or something. Yeah. Okay, cool. We've done 11.
Can I just get clarity on the process we're going to from here on this in this meeting?
Hang on. Can we just have one conversation?
Yeah. So we're gonna. So as well as the amendments that we talked about before from the chair's recommendation.
Yep.
We're also going to be voting on items from this table.
Yes.
Good.
Yep.
Just making sure.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Because then we can get to the end of that. It gives the team what they need to then go and do some stuff. Come back in February with all the consultation work. Then we go out and consult and yeah. No, good as gold. Okay, so if we go to the last page. And Celeste, are you happy 13 with the advice? Yep, cool. So that was not bad actually. Yep. So let's have. Can we just have a 10-minute break while the team they're just going to get some stuff ready. We're back when Joss has turned her phone off. Okay, so what we're going to do is Sam's just going to go through the amendments just to confirm movers and seconders for that. Then we'll have, if anyone wants to debate it, and then we'll go and vote. And you can debate it, everyone's free to debate, but we'll also have several opportunities to debate it next year as well. Yes, you've got 15 minutes, Jake. Yeah. Okay, so Sam, do you want to do your...
Yep, so on the Big Tin Can, you've got two documents, one containing all the amendments and the second containing the chair's recs and the foreshadowed motions. So if we go through the amendments first, so A4 was moved by Councillor Donovan, just need a seconder.
So we've got Yanni.
A5, Councillor Donovan and...
Yanni.
Yeah. Yes, I believe it is, yeah. A6 is Councillor Johansson and then seconder. Celeste.
Melanie, yep.
A9 and 10 was moved by Councillor Johansson, seconded by Councillor...
Sorry, I just want to, I noticed you've written in there social housing and homelessness. I just want to clarify that's just like slightly narrow because it excludes things like transitional emergency housing and also affordable rental and home ownership. So I just want to note that it's like a little bit narrower than I was expecting. Yeah, I think if you just change social to community housing, then that broadens it enough to capture that, yeah? Cool. Thank you.
Cool.
A10 is Councillor Johansson, need a seconder.
Celeste has seconded that.
A13 is Councillor Donovan and just need a seconder there. That was Pauline. And then if I move to the chair's recommendations and the foreshadows, so 3A has a foreshadowed motion from Councillor Coker and Cotter. 3C has a foreshadowed motion from Councillor Coker and Cotter. 3D. Oh yeah, 3D and 3E is no foreshadows there. Chair's Rec 4 has a foreshadowed motion from Councillor Cotter and was that Councillor Coker? Yeah. Coker and Cotter. Number 5 has a foreshadowed motion from Councillor Scandra and Councillor Cotter. And that's everything.
Cool. Okay, so what we'll do is whip round the room if anyone wants to debate, and we'll have the clock up there. So does anyone want to debate it? Cool. Let's just go to vote. So start at the top. Yep, so we'll just be really clear when we go through each one so everyone knows what we're... Well, we're going to use the buttons, yep. Yep. Oh, yep. Okay. Can we just highlight what one we're voting on each time, just so that everyone's really clear? Cool. So that's just a generic belts and braces.
So this is voting on number 1 and 2.
Everyone good? Mel looks like she's lost it. I reckon go and have a break, Mel. You go over to it. Yeah. Yeah. No, he runs online. Oh, have you got everyone there? No, you're all good. You're all good. Nothing worse than like us being like, you got it yet?
Sorry, Councillor Fields online. Can you now vote? Perfect. That's everyone.
Cool. Great.
Apologies, I missed the queue.
Okay, so that's carried. So now let's go. So just to be clear, if this is the chair's rep. If this passes, it passes. If it fails, we'll do the foreshadowed. So we're going to do them like that. Yep. So we'll just highlight the.
So for Chair's Rec 3A, start voting. That's everyone.
So now we put the foreshadowed. So this is just a consult on pausing it. So I imagine it's just a. Well, I assume it's unanimous, yes, but.
Voting question?
No, too late, Yanni.
Just need Councillor Johansson.
Yanni, have you voted? Yanni, have you voted? Oh, he said he has. Cool. So we're going to consult on pausing that. That's cool. So that's passed. So now, I feel like I'm rushing you, Sam. Sorry. You tell me when you're ready. Yeah.
So 3B, and I can start voting now. Close voting.
Cool. So that's carried. So cool. All right.
So this is Chair's Rec 3C. Start voting. And I'll close voting.
Yep. I just hope people that are voting for them are going to pass the annual plan.
So
Okay.
we're now on the foreshadowed motion for recommendation 3C. Start voting. Councillor Barber? I'll close voting.
Cool. That's carried.
Just
No, hang on. Yeah, Kate, Sam's just sorting it. Yep. No, not at the moment. You just ignore it for the time being. Yep. They're just fixing it. Yep.
So this is for 3D, and I've started voting. Councillor Donovan. And I can close voting. Now on Chair's Rec 3E.
Cool.
Start voting.
Oh, I thought I did it. I've done it, I think. Have I? Yep. Sweet. Cool. Don't get too excited. It's just for advice. There's literally been no savings today. Oh, yeah, actually, you're right. Traffic signals. Yep. That's a good signal. Lynette, did you get that? We all just agreed on free-flowing traffic across the city. So this is the rates. This is the savings to rates, and if not, it's debt foreshadowed.
Yep.
Rates reduction, I should say.
So number 4 is the Chair's Rec agrees that the analytical savings of 6.6 million be applied to rates reduction, noting this will have a proposed rates reduction in 26-27 of 0.73%. And I'll start the voting.
With a foreshadowed motion on debt instead of rates.
Yeah.
Councillor McClellan. And I can close voting.
I don't know where people think the money's coming from. Yeah, not for the people at Christchurch. Yeah, we just throw 12 at the surplus.
Oh, 4's gone as well.
I don't understand that.
Sorry, just
saying
that we're going to take it off. Debt reduction.
Yeah.
Not rates.
As long as people are prepared to actually vote the plan through at 8, because I guarantee.
Okay, so this is for the foreshadowed motion for number 4. Start voting.
They should be able to see it online.
Yeah.
And close voting.
So that's carried.
So this is for Chair's Rec number 5 for the Canterbury Museum, but do I need to add Councillor Coker and Cartwright's conflicts?
No.
Okay, Chair's Rec 5, start voting. Just Councillor Donovan. Oh, thanks. Close voting.
So that's carried. So you'll probably need a break now to do the numbers, eh?
We'll need to go through the amendments as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, but then we'll come back to whether it just passed to not give the money. Yeah, let's do the amendments. Well, can we group? Oh, actually, no, don't worry. You do it, Sam. You do it. No, that's right. Go through them. You
Just
set
go
them up.
through them?
Yep.
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 So amendment number 4, start voting.
I don't really care. That's only advice. Yeah. I don't get where they think the money's coming from. Like, how do we can't go out with 8%. We can't.
Close voting.
And they've just turned % after going and finding it.
Amendment 5, which is the street lighting request. Start voting. And close voting on that.
Isn't that crazy? You 7 million savings. And you would
Amendment number 6 is for the SPAC Pack funding advice request. Start voting. And close voting. Amendment 9 and 10 together regarding consulting on the, 9 and 11 together on the community housing and homelessness. Start voting. And close voting. Amendment number 10, around advice for Weaving the East. Start voting. And close voting. And Amendment 13, the advice around the footpath renewal. Start voting.
Biggest issues for the annual plan.
Councillor McClellan.
$1 billion budget. Are we getting advice on freedom football? But that's the level of thinking.
And close voting. That's all of the amendments. We can take the break now.
Okay, so we'll take a break and work out the new rates number. And then so just before we do that, Sam, can we just be clear with everyone on what we're voting on next, which is receiving the information and then confirming that we're comfortable with the direction in this annual plan at those numbers now. We're going to vote on it. So if we're not comfortable, don't vote for it. If you are comfortable, vote for it. Yeah. Yeah, and if not, we're back to we just don't vote for it. Yeah. But anyway, let's have a break and yeah. But there'll be enough people because we've voted today to, yeah, yeah. There's enough people that are prepared to do that. let's get this underway. So what we're going to do now is vote. We have to vote separately, Sam. I think on A and B, on 6A and B. If that's right. So the first one is going to be noting the direction provided through the workshops and the resolutions. Bruce and Peter, is there any update you want to give?
We can just give you a brief update. So the proposed increase remains at 8.32%, which is an overall average to all existing ratepayers, not just residential. And just to be clear, the Environmental Partnership Fund increase remains in, but we're going to consult on pausing it. The contestable grants remain intact, but we are going to consult on a potential 5% pro rata reduction. The climate resilience 0.25% annual increase remains in, but we're going to consult on pausing that increase. The analytical savings will be applied to debt reduction via increasing the rating for renewals, and the museum capital grant increase is not included. Is that okay?
Cool. Okay. So you're. Yeah.
Sorry, I was just because we talked about analytical savings, and I don't know that we'd had that explained. It was something I was wanting to ask earlier. I was just wondering if someone could explain the analytical savings and where they come from. Are we able to do that now or not? Yeah. Did we do that? Oh.
Just surprised that I've thought that actually the balanced financial prudence benchmark might have come in a little bit earlier with repaying down
the balanced. We won't have a balanced budget for 26-27. We're too far away from being able to balance that. At 27-28 was at risk. This decision will make us much closer to the mark and potentially be able to balance that year.
Yep, thank you.
Aaron online, you got a question?
Yeah, so just a quick question. I know I'd asked it when we were doing our spitballing workshop, or the ideas one. For the rate rises, Sam, did staff ever work out if everyone who votes for them, we can just put the rates up by that incremental increase in those wards, just so there's more transparency in the way we load the ratepayer?
Can they also get the benefit of the debt reduction as well and the affordability over time in those wards also?
Yeah, absolutely. But it applies to everything.
So I think the advice at the time was it wouldn't be an issue for the annual plan. We'd need to look at that in targeted consultation.
For the LTP.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Okay. The first one. So the first one is just so it's agreeing on the approach, at this stage around the 8.32% from 1 July. So should we open the voting on that? You voted, Jake? We have to do that thing in democracy called compromise. So that sounds good. Yeah. So can you bring that voting thing back up, please? Yanni, you tried to add like 50 million in. Okay, so let's take 5 minutes, please. and we'll come back.
That's why the rates keeps going.
Through
We've
you.
got an update from Bede.
Yeah, through you, Mr. Chair. If the 50% of the analytical savings, Mitchell, is taken and applied to rates reduction and the other 50% remains with debt repayment, you come to 7.95%. Is that correct? 7.95.
Still pretty high, but if it gets it moving today, and we can still keep refining.
Strengthening Communities Fund stays, or it gets consulted on being cut.
Nothing else changes. Through you, Mr. Chair,
Yep.
nothing else changes. That's the only change.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, move it on.
All right. So we might put that. Yep. So we'll just bring up another amendment. So we'll have to sorry. So if we go back to that one, and just change it, which is just a 50-50 split.
Yep. Yes, that's right.
This is baked in there.
The debt reduction, the rates off is